What's going on, guys? Matt in the Hat, Matt Johnson Real Estate, powered by Keller Williams Diamond Partners. You are tuned in to the Hot List. I come to you on Monday through Friday around 12 o'clock Central Standard Time. We hang out and talk real estate. We talk properties new to the market with recent price reductions or something unique about the property that I want to share with y'all and want y'all to know. I also answer a question of the day that is submitted by a listener of the podcast. To find out how you get your question answered on air, just stick around till the end. Finally, I recognize and thank a sponsor of the week each and every single week. For more information on what it takes to become a sponsor of the week and be recognized by the Hot List, just hang out with me for a few minutes and I will get that information over to you. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Whether you are catching this on Facebook, YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, make sure that you share this out, tag somebody, send it to somebody who could benefit from this or may need to hear this. Also, don't be afraid to leave me a review. I can only get better if you guys leave me a review. Let me know what you like, what you don't like, what I could be working on to improve, and so forth. So make sure that you leave me a review. 5 stars is always preferred. If you're not able to do a 5-star, leave me what you can and let me know why. So the property we're talking about today is a newly listed property. It is about that time of year, so I figured why not talk about it now. The address is 74 Lakeview Circle in Alma, Kansas. Now, for some of you that are familiar with that area, I know it's got an Alma address. This is actually at Lake Wabunsee. So this is one of the lakes that I service and sell at as well. This is a 1-bed, 1-bath cabin. This is a true summer cabin. There is no furnace with this cabin. It's 632 square feet of finished space, currently listed for $224,000, courtesy of Coldwell Banker American Home. So again, true summer cabin because there's no furnace. It is at Wabunsee Lake, right on the waterfront. It's got a nice dock. It's got some built-in benches, some storage there as well. And the benefit right off the dock, it's at right about 10 feet deep. So it's a little bit deeper than some of the others in the area. It's got full electric through the house. And it's got a nice little slope down to the dock that has a little sidewalk walkway. So because it's coming up on that time of year, I wanted to go ahead and do a lake cabin to let you guys know that people are still wanting to sell those and see what you guys think. All you got to do is click on the link in the description. That's going to take you right to my website so you can see the property for yourself. If you have any questions, all you got to do is contact me directly through my website or shoot me a message and let me know. If you are a pre-approved buyer, not currently working with an agent and curious about what it takes to get approved, or if you want to schedule a showing for yourself, all you have to do is reach out to me. I would be happy to schedule a time to set up and take you out there to show the property as well. Before I get to the question of the day, I do want to recognize and thank our sponsor of the week this week, and that is Family Martial Arts Center right here in Emporia. Master Troy Hobelman is the instructor there. He's got 3 different programs for different age groups. There's different types of programs available as far as Taekwondo. They also do sparring as well. And I know it's been kind of limited lately, but if you have been thinking about taking martial arts yourself or maybe getting your child into it, it is a great sport, something that is awesome to get into. I know most people, when they think about Taekwondo or karate or martial arts in general, they think about people going to start fights or pick fights, and that's really not what it's about. Now, for those that know, my background is a little bit different than what is taught there because we were taught hand-to-hand combat for a reason. Martial arts is about discipline and bettering yourself as well as going to different types of competition. So it's not about starting fights. It's not about picking fights. It's about knowing how to defend yourself if the time comes knowing what to do, because ultimately the best thing is to walk away and not get into a fight. If that were to happen, then with some knowledge and education, you would know what to do, or your child, your loved one would know what to do as well. So all you got to do is click on the link in the description. That's going to take you right to Family Martial Arts Facebook page. From there, you can reach out to Master Hobelman, who's the head instructor there, or you can call him directly, 620-343-7575, and schedule a time to get in there and kind of see what it's like for you as well as your young one. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor of the week and being recognized by the hot list, all you got to do, shoot me a message, drop me a comment wherever you're listening to this. I would be happy to send you some information, have a more in-depth conversation to let you know what it takes to become a sponsor of the week and be recognized for an entire week while on the hot list. All right, so this is going to bring me to my favorite portion of the day, favorite portion of the show, and that is the question of the day. The question of the day is submitted by a listener of the podcast. So each and every day I do this Monday through Friday. I'm answering questions from you, the listeners, and the viewers. If you have a question about real estate, you're not sure where to start, I would be happy to be the real estate resource that you reach out to and start with. Hopefully I can get the question answered for you. If not, I would be happy to get you in touch with somebody that could better answer that question. So the question of the day, what's the best way to add usable storage to my kitchen? I love this question because my wife and I just recently had to go through this ourselves. And I told her, same thing I'll tell you, because I love walking into homes and showing homes that have tons of countertop space. I mean, they just stretch out and you can just automatically know and just picture what's gonna go where. Unfortunately, not all homes have this option. Now, my kitchen, for example, is not small, does have some limited counter space, and that's why we looked at doing this ourselves. Because kitchens with limited countertop space can be better utilized by what is beneath your countertops, the lower cabinets. And these are typically overlooked and some of the most poorly utilized spaces in kitchens. And let's be honest, I'll be honest with you, I don't want to dig through my lower cabinets. You gotta bend over, squat down, kneel down, and there's no telling what you're going to find in there. Plus, you're only going to be frustrated with, quote unquote, someone's poor organization skills. And, whoever that is, I won't mention names, but you know who you are. That is why pull-out cabinets have become so popular as of late. Let's say you're not familiar with what pull-out cabinets are. Well, you are about to enter a world of storage that you never knew existed. This basically turns your lower cabinets into pull-out bins that, could typically resemble racks or drawers like like a dishwasher. This reduces you having to bend down, squat down to kind of rifle through and search through the cabinets. And you just have to open the door and slide out a drawer. Pretty handy. This is a great way to increase usability of your cabinets, improve organization, as well as make you feel like you were the first one picked when you were back in school. It makes you feel like that cool kid. So there are 3 main types of pull-out cabinets we're going to talk about today. The first one are trash bins. This is really the OG pull-out unit because these were specifically designed to stash your trash can so it's out of sight. When you invite people over, the one thing you don't want them to see is your trash can or smell your trash can. Hopefully you change it more than that, but I'm just saying. And it's still a popular choice for cabinets right now with no internal drawers or no plumbing in the way. Um, because people still don't like to leave their trash exposed. So, depending on the design that you choose, it may hold one trash can that's just an oversized trash can, or some may be designed to hold two smaller trash cans. So, one you could use for trash, the other one you could utilize for recyclables. Number two on the list are internal drawers. These are exactly what they sound like and exactly what you picture. You open the cabinet door, you see drawers inside. And this is going to be handy for small items that you're not sure what to do with them or where to stack them. Different designs and constructions are available. Some have dividers, and you can have little sections as far as cooking utensils, maybe spices, canned goods, or maybe you have a divider and do half and half. So you have small appliances on one side and your cooking utensils on the other. And finally, number three on the list are going to be pull-out racks. These are typically metal racks, like I referenced earlier, and they are more inexpensive than the wood drawers themselves are. And these are typically suited for pots, pans, maybe even your Tupperware and lids. These look similar to dishwasher racks. Of course, there are going to be some design options as well that offer some customization or flexibility. This is also a great option for those awkward items that you don't know what to do with and are typically tossed in your lower cabinets, like your Tupperware lids. I would caution when looking at these because depending on what you're going to use them for, watch out for the height of the bins that you're going to use because some of these are going to be short, so they're not going to be ideal for top heavy items or if you intend to stack your Tupperware or Tupperware lids. So we've talked about those. What do you do with the cabinets? Like how do you choose your sizes? And this may seem kind of counterintuitive when once you have to measure because you're trying to picture how it's going to look like, and you may think you're going to be losing space because clearance height as well as space for hardware installation. And the temptation is to install one that's going to just be too large for your cabinet. And this is one of the worst things you can do because like I said, it seems like you're going to lose space, but if you actually measure and have an idea of what's going to go in each cabinet, you'll actually be gaining more space because you're adding tiers and levels in your cabinets instead of just trying to stack or just throw the shit in there and shut the door really quick. Like your kids do with their closets. They say they're gonna clean up the room. They just throw everything into their closet, shut the door real quick, hopefully, and hope that you don't open the closet door and everything comes spilling out. So I would recommend starting with measuring the cabinet opening itself. So you want to measure the space between the opening to your cabinet and the door to the cabinet. So wherever the cabinet swings, that's where you want to open it. If your door swings open all the way, which it would be handy, measure to the hinges. And because what you want to do is measure because your final cabinet insert that you're going to slide in there, you want to be about an inch narrower than the cabinet opening because this is going to allow the hardware to be installed and still have that rack or that drawer slide in and out. You also, on top of measuring the width, you want to measure the depth because it doesn't do you any good to buy a drawer or rack that is too deep to fit inside your cabinet and then you can't shut the door, or it sticks out too far because you can't shut the door and you trip over it. So your goal is to measure from the inside of the cabinet face to the back of the unit, and your final depth is to allow for the door to shut all the way over that pull out unit. And this is going to be, again, better help conceal it as well as reduce the chances that you're going to trip over it. So that is going to wrap it up for me in the hot list. If you guys have any questions, make sure that you keep those coming in. I can't continue to do these questions of the day without your questions, so I greatly appreciate it, because if you have a question, others are going to have that question, and what better place to start than with utilizing me as your real estate resource. So thank you guys for listening and tuning in. Again, I'm your host, Matt Johnson with Keller Williams Realty. I do this because your experience matters and should be trusted with a veteran. Y'all have a phenomenal day, and I'll see you back here tomorrow. Take care.